Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. The web app is out September 17th, which is Wednesday, and we're going to prepare for it together. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. I wanted to make two announcements for the people, obviously, that are clicking on this video. You guys watch my videos, so you care about kind of what's going on with me or what's going on in the community. Two announcements. The first thing, obviously, you saw on Twitter today, streamers and creators can play the game on Tuesday. You probably, if you're on console, you can't play until Friday or like Thursday night. Brutal, right? It is brutal. It sucks. It's not fun. I'm telling you, when it's only creators on the game, it's not fun. What makes this game is the community being on the game. So, look, I know you guys are going to watch it and be mad. Look, I've had the game early, not via EA, via game shares in the past. It wasn't fun. I was just doing my best to get videos to make money, okay? So, let that be known. I'm not a part of that this year. EA asked me if I wanted a game early. I said I'm down, and then I had to put all this branding and stuff, and I just rather would not do that. It just doesn't fit my brand. I don't believe EA is a company personally that, like, I just want to, like, I know I promote them by playing the game, but, like, really affiliate with. I'm sure there's a lot of benefits to it. But for me, ultimately, I value the freedom of just saying what I want, and I think that's worth more than, like, any of these affiliations with specifically EA. You know, specifically other brands I'm down to collab with or do things with. You guys know we do brand deals and stuff if it makes sense, if I like it. At the end of the day, I guess I'm just going to run my brand the way I want to. That's it. The second announcement, a lot of you guys have been asking about my health. I want to go over that real quick just for those that watch my videos all the time. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not going to be able to grind FC26 at the start like I personally would want to. Just to tell you guys a bit about me, like, I have a grind set, so obviously you guys know I really just enjoy building progress, whether it's like working out, playing football, with my job, like creating content. Like, I really like working hard. It's like, as a male, I wake up in the day and I want to work really hard. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm being lazy. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, for the last few years, you guys have set me up for life. Like, I've been doing this for a decade, working very hard myself, you guys supporting a lot, and like with the way I've invested my money, which I've done well. You know, we got the trader instincts. All right. We're getting those returns every year. I'm good. Like, financially, I'm blessed in the way that I don't wake up having to sweat anything, like getting all this content up. Like, I'm just grinding because I like the journey. I like talking with you guys. I like the content sphere. I like building something. I like working on something every day. So, unfortunately, guys, my health has been, I had kind of this freak thing happen a few weeks ago. I'm going to be fine over time. It's just one of those things that my body needs to heal. My body needs to recover. I've treated it. It's just like, dude, for me, I still have fatigue and dizziness and a little out of breath when I go do too much. So it's this balance of, like, I got to not overdo it as I'm getting better and better. You should see how many supplements, you should see how many herbal roots, all these things I'm taking every day, how I'm treating myself. It's been really nasty off stream, guys, to be honest with you. You don't have to feel bad for me. I just want you guys to understand that, like, I wish I could grind with the energy and the wake up that I have usually in my life. And, like, right now what I'm doing is just focusing on recovery, resting, walks, really clean diet and supplements, and just doing the minimum of work. I've had to cut out. I can't even work out right now and stuff because I need to, focus my energy on what's most important. What's most important is my recovery and getting content and work up. But health over everything, guys. If you guys, could take one thing today, man, be grateful for your health. You can have all these things in life, and then when you actually just feel really unhealthy, and many people will say that in the comments, like they've gone through stuff and it changed their perspective. Like, I've been through a lot of different things in my life. This has been the hardest 6 weeks of my life, and these types of things, it's not like I'm not having like a mental health battle or anything right now, right? But obviously it's weird on my mental health because I'm a control freak, and like when I don't have control over recovery and I don't know when I'm going to be able to be back in myself, it drives me nuts. So it's also been a mental battle in that regard. But I am good, guys. I'm working hard on getting back, and I just want to give everybody an update because I know that there's just been less videos. Like, I did put together 3 streams last week, which is good, but I just ultimately, guys, got to take care of myself. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay. Let's go over it. Let's go over the web app. We're going to go through it. We're going to run through some stuff. It's important. It's very important. So web app, September 17th, companion app, 18th, guys, just so you know, if you need to know those dates. So what you're going to see on the web app on Wednesday is a bunch of people saying, it's open, right? It's open, it's out, right? Usually somebody will find some different link, right? So I got rid of the coming soon. Some people get in. You can see in the bottom right, it's 12:44 p.m. Eastern time and like 6 p.m. UK. So then it starts working. As you guys can see, welcome back, Dancing Dog. And look, we're just going to go over here because the web app is the first thing that you and me, guys, we're going to be going on, right? This is going to be our first opportunity. So you're going to pick a nation. I chose England. This part really doesn't matter. You're not going to you're really not going to get some home run player. And I think back in the day, these used to be tradable. They are now untradeable, guys, just so you guys know. Then you're going to go through kits, okay? And you may have seen my video the other week about this, but for me, this was just really important that we go over this together so we just really know and it's like ingrained in our brains that we are ready to go. You need to choose kits that are going to sell. So as you guys can see, France, Manchester United, all right? Choose a kit that you know on the market is going to sell because these are tradable. These are some of the only tradable things you get. And as you can see, I chose the Spain badge, right? So that stuff is very important. You can see when I go on, you're going to get some welcome backpacks. These were like, I think, FC founder packs. So you get a silver premium players pack, which is really good. Last year when you logged in, there was a lot more packs. I will say that, guys. You got 75 to 83 times twos, and you can get a lot of really good meta starter, players that will sell for some coins. The biggest thing on the web app is getting some coins. You don't need to drive yourself crazy with getting like 30, 50, 80K. Because me, recently, like when you log in the day after or 2 days after, the quickness because of the FC points deposit, because of the pre-order stuff, because of playing a foot draft, because of starting to do match coins, it gets so easy to make coins that I feel like in the past we had times where the web app was like 4, 5, 6 full days. It's not like that anymore. It's like 1 or 2 days. So I said this in the previous video. Don't overcomplicate it when it comes to the web app. Gold Players Pack, untradeable. As you guys can see, you're going to have the starter foundations, SBCs. You can see here, I listed the Man U kit because it was going for $650. The Spain kit, I think I listed for $550 as well. I was looking at the cheapest buy nows were like $1,000, so I wanted to get coins. Even listed up the badge. Now, I am a streamer, so this could be different. Some guy with the game early, he might have like 30,000 coins and he buys, maybe he buys my, I don't know. Maybe. And then, so look, something I got here, right? So this was out of the early foundations, right? So I got a untradeable bronze pack. And as you see, you can log in and you'll see the team of the week. And then in my untradeable bronze pack, I got a tradable bronze pack. So this is why, and you can see I'm even checking badges and stuff. But in one of those packs, I had a tradable bronze pack that I redeemed and I got some more coins out of it. So these are the untradeable packs. 75 to 80 rated player. I don't think this is untradeable, although maybe it is tradable. Actually, sorry, I don't think this is tradable. I think maybe it is. No, it is untradeable. Okay. So now we're opening up some more of these packs. Loan pack. Now let's watch what I did with this. Let's watch. Oh, my face cam. Let's put my face cam up here. Let's watch what I did with this pack. So I went through the market. I'm like, do any of these cards sell? The quick sell on these cards is usually a rare is like 100 or 150. But I think I was just trying to see if I could get any quick sells. No, it was 238. So those coins are very valuable, guys. So if a player is definitely not selling above 400 coins, just take the coins, quick sell. Because I feel like on the web app period, if you guys are a person that's actively wanting to start the web app, wanting to trade, getting some coins quickly is going to be extremely beneficial to your progress. So Zuma, obviously, and what you have to look out for, and we're going to talk about this. This is a big part of the video. Zuma is French in an off league, right? So France in another league that's not common to be France. So not League 1, not League 2, not Premier League, not Bundesliga, right? So there are some SBCs that those players can go up for. So that's why I held on to Zuma. You can see I sold the Man U kit, sold some other stuff. Now going back to the store because I still had more packs to open. Didn't get anything crazy there. And Mbemba and Bowen, but boom. 1,000 coins from the quick sell. Romagnoli, Martinez, nothing there, so we're going to quick sell those. But you can see we are up to 5,500 coins, okay? Now, I have 2 accounts. I have a PlayStation account, so if you guys have other accounts, when the web app comes out, you guys can just swap back and forth and do whatever. So you'll see here I chose Arsenal, I chose Mexico, and, I kind of had 2 sets of starter packs, essentially, which I guess makes things quite interesting. This was my PC account, though. Ulsterwild, right? Ulsterwild, that's going to be an insane card for this year. So like if you get a card like that, you're going to have a lot of coins, and it's up to you. You could sell and try to trade with the coins quickly, because when you get on the web app, let's say this Osterwild, you pack him, right? And let's say he's like 3K, okay? Because he's really hyped up this year, okay? What's his peak price in a couple days this year, you know? What would his peak price be? All right, let's go here and let's show you what do we think this guy's peak price is going to be? You know, I know he's hyped up, but I don't think he's going to be a lot. Like, so if he's 3K, I think maybe he's 5K at the most. Take the money, right? Because what you can do is, like, you can find, when you get those 3,000 coins, you can find a lot more to do with those 3,000 coins, right? You're going to find a lot of stuff you can buy, and players that are 1 or 2K that you know are going to go to like 10K. So that's what my advice would be, right? He was only 750 last year. So I tried to get a little extra coins, which maybe wasn't worth it. Trippier. And then what did I do here? Ultimate Loan Player Pack, Xhaka, and then boom. So what did I do? It was Lamine Yamal's first year on FC. I went right to the market. I started looking at Endrick. I started looking at players that I feel like people are going to log in and just really want to try to go for. And also, Lamine Yamal, guys, had an inform. So I knew his gold was out of packs. And so right there, I think you can see I probably really messed up. Because when I logged into the web app, I should have pulled the trigger on Lamine Yamal. Adeyemi was out of packs, but his max price range was 5K. So I'm just looking around, but I think Yamal ends up going extinct. I could have bought him for 5 and flipped him for 6. So where was I looking now? I was looking at Kadioglu. I was trying to see what price he was. You can see I'm looking at the rotation of starter players that look really intriguing in terms of players that will go up. I think I saw that Lamine Yamal and some of these gold players were going up quickly. So I knew people were buying these cards quickly. Kadioglu, I saw, had 6K price range, was a player that a lot of people want to use in starting teams, and I saw him available for 3,000 coins. So I bought him, and now I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Now I still have 3K. I saw Boniface is selling at 1,100. Look, those non-rare golds, selling those for 350, is it really that worth it? It's not. It's only 50,000 coins more. So what am I doing here? And huge advice to you guys on the web app, they want to trade a little bit. Add players to your watch list. You got to see if players are selling. You can't just look for a player and then go back on the market. Add it to your watch list so you know if a card is selling at a price. Maybe add a couple. So Boniface listed at 1,000. I saw he had an 8K price range, and he had a lot of room to go up to 4K quickly. So I think what I was doing here, Gusto for 1.2K, okay? Another player that we didn't look at previously, people probably weren't looking at, and people want this guy in their starter team. France, 88 pace, 73 defending, 75 physical. You know, so this is a really sought-after player. 5K price range. You know, you have a couple at like 1.2, 1.3, but then you got room until 2.8. And on the web app, that's doubling your coins. That's a lot of coins. So I like this play for my budget too, and I think I bought another one. I bought 2, right? I bought 2. Boniface, I started to notice his supply was disappearing a little bit. Not really sure why. He's not a crazy card, but maybe people want to buy him for their starter teams. Maybe he goes up quickly, right? So now, we'll probably check Kadioglu's price because, interesting. We made some investments. So I decided, me personally, let's wait some time. Let's see where they're at in a little bit. We go back to the PlayStation account. EA will scare you every time because they'll make you think you're selling coins, which you're not. I went to go check on Yamal's price. What did I look at? Fati. I looked at Endrick. I looked at Pedro Porro. I remember I bought Pedro Porro and I ended up making 0 coins on Pedro Porro. Looked at Gravenberch. Looking at Van der Ven a little bit. Checking out my kits. What was the purchase I just made? I bought Upamecano for 3.9. And I think he was selling around 5,000. So where did I look? A French center back. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So couldn't sell those. Looks like we picked up a Pedro Neto as well. Looks like we were looking at Garnacho, which makes sense. I'm probably sitting here trying to get a little snipe. Yep, that's exactly what I was doing. Just trying to get a snipe here. We bought Dallo for 3K. Okay, Garnacho for 1.5. So let's see what I'm doing here. Looks like maybe I'm going back on the other account now. No, I think I was just checking the price from this account of Gusto. So as you guys can see, just really casually trading. By the way, Lamine Yamal, look at this, right? 320K. Can we go back to where we were looking at Lamine Yamal initially? I think you guys are going to be like, what the hell? He probably went up so much. Did we look? We're looking at the gold. I think we're looking at the gold. I don't know if we looked at the inform. He went up. I know for a fact that Lamine Yamal's inform went up like from like 100K to 320 in the space of like minutes, which is crazy. Looking at David Neres. Now, I'm just looking at prices because my chat is asking. Because you can see I have no coins, but I think what I did was I had some players listed. So you can see, let's go to those two sales real quick. 2-1. What did Pedro Porro sell for? That's what I want to see. What did I sell Pedro Porro for? Because I did sell Pedro Porro. What did he go for? So Pedro Porro I bought for 850, sold him for 1.3. Garnacho bought him for 1.5, sold him for 2.1. I mean, that's really good. That's 1,000 coins between two players. Really, really, really good. So I had that Pedro Neto. I was like, yo, what's his price? Still chilling around 2K. I think I wanted to get a little bit more for him. Upamecano, we had bought him at like, what, 3.8, and he was selling at 4.5. You know, the key with this, though, is you could see, like, you don't want to be too greedy. So I think right here I was probably really thinking about, like, some of the prices I bought the players for. And you guys would be surprised, man, because Pedro Neto, like, I thought, you know, a lot of people will, like, at this point, before the game comes out, really overrate the prices of starter players. I thought Pedro Neto last year was going to be, like, 30,000 coins. He really wasn't. Like, you know, that's why I was buying him for 1.9 on the web app. If you look at the all-time price of Pedro Neto last year, dude, he wasn't anything. And look, this is in the Premier League with striker, right mid, right wing, left wing, 88 pace, 4.4. Like, this was a really good starter card. So just keep that in mind, guys, that it's you know, like, you're going to have to go on the web app and really see what the premiums and what people want to pay for these cards. The premiums, man, I sound like a stock trader. Well, I kind of am. So, Neto, I think I got out for 2.4. Makes sense. Probably wanted to flip it. Now I think I went over to the PC account. Kadioglu was up at 4.4. Oh, my God. And then I was seeing if those sold because I didn't want to get... This is the thing that you guys got to understand, like with trading, right? It's all about supply. It's all about what are people willing to pay, right? So I go look at 5.1. One of them sold. And I'm like going up. I'm like, there's none from 4.8 to like 5.8. There's one at 5.7. So there's 0 cards 1,000 coins higher than these two. So I was like, okay, if these two sell, I can make significantly more coins on that card. So instead of listing at 4.3, I wanted to see if either of those would sell. I listed at 5.5. Probably instead of waiting till those sold. Gusto, I think we made some coins on. Diallo for 800. Boom. Now, this is a method, too. You can just look at players, and you will see crazy undercuts. Like, that's a 700 coin undercut, and I'm freaking out because I made it that quickly. Boom, I can just sell it right away. You know? And I was like, oh, is there any like worth in kind of just waiting and seeing if he's going up a little? But then I was looking at Pulisic, Joelinton. I think that Joelinton for 2.8 was really low. Joelinton was like 2.5. Guys, Joelinton and Loftus-Cheek on the web app were 2K. The next day, when people started to be able to go on console, they were extinct at 8K. They literally, this is what's going to happen too. So that's why it's very important. Like when you get right on console and stuff, and you open your packs, bro, go buy these players and just wait. Because they're going to go up a ton. They're going to go up so much. Diaby for 6K. Rashford was like 13. I started looking at some icons. Chiesa's at 80. So, but that was his Juve, you know. Mbappe. Look at the price of Mbappe on the web app, man. 5.5. So, guys, essentially the web app, you know, you're going to log in. You're going to get some packs. You want to try to get some coins. You want to have some fun just trading with some players. I think what you'll notice, too, is when we end the session of the web app, right? What you're noticing is that I kind of am, like, invested in players. So I'm invested in players that I think are going to go up the next day. So, like, I invested in a Diaby. I had a Joelinton. I had a Loftus-Cheek, right? I think the Kadioglu didn't sell, and I kept him. So you'll see, because when you go on to... Let me actually pull up the video for you guys. When you go onto FC, I want you guys to see this too. And I showed this in the other video, but it is important that you guys can see this. So when I go onto my account, right, and obviously PC is the day after, guys. When I go onto my account, this is what you will see. And we showed this in the other video. Boniface, 8,000 coins. He was 8K. Kadioglu, extinct at that price. You know what I'm saying? Loftus-Cheek, we paid like 3K for the guy. 6K not on the market. So this is what's going to happen. I hope EA doesn't cook me this year, pro. Please, EA. But guys, the web app is a very fun time. Don't overstress. Don't overcomplicate it. The trading, it can help you. It's not going to be the end all. So if you need to wait until, console, you don't want to go too crazy. Maybe you just want to log into the web app, mess around a little bit. It's a fun time to make coins and start your club. It's definitely not everything. It can give you a little bit of a head start in the rivals and all that without spending money, because 30K can go a long way. You'll be able to get some really good cards. One more thing I want to show you guys, though, and keep this in mind, because I know a lot of you guys do this stuff on the web app. This is what I want you guys to know, okay? So EA have said they're changing this, and this is just one thing I want to point out. So advanced SBCs, a lot of times when you go on the web app, you can do like the League and Nation hybrid. You can do these SBCs that give you like 50K packs, 35K packs. Not this year. This year, that's not happening, guys. What they are saying is that in FC26, they're aligned more closely with other challenge SBCs at launch. In FC26, they're tuned to support a smoother buildup that matches the pace of the game. Advanced SBCs will drop gradually around across the cycle. So I don't know if these are going to be available right away. That, if there is any difference in the web app, could be the difference. But other than that, guys, don't overcomplicate it. Like, don't listen to all these people that say you need to do a million things on the web app. Log in, open your packs, maybe do a little trading, maybe make a couple investments. If you get 5, 6, 7, 10K, yeah, I mean, it's a good idea before you log off, before you go to bed for that night. What you can do to really, like, honestly, guys, really like 2 or 3 or 4x your money. Yeah, buy some players that you feel like, so if I'm looking at the Flippin' Popular page, right, on this year's game, right, without, like, giving away everybody, like Mario, this guy is going to fly. If this guy is, like, 4 or 5K on the web app, this dude is going to be, like, 12 to 15K within 2 days after the web app, okay? Nemecha, maybe he's, like, 2K on the web app. He'll probably be, like, 5 to 7K within a little bit. Bro, if this guy is cheap, this guy's going to go up. So, I mean, we could keep looking around. Guys, I'm here, man. So, we could keep looking around a little bit. Like, who else? Ekatike, really hot player at Liverpool. A lot of people like him right now. Don't be surprised. Prem Striker, he goes up quite a bit. I think you want to look at bets, though, that are going to go up. Like, if Chiesa's cheap, Chiesa's going to go up. You know it. Simeone, maybe, but Chiesa's going to go up, Diomande, yeah, he could go up. I don't know if he's 100% going to go up. You want to look for people that are spending money on the game and who they're going to buy. Like, so if somebody's going to go on the game and spend $50 and they're going to build a team after, well, what are those players going to look like? Are they going to be pure starter players, or they're going to be like the next level starter players? And that's what you want to look at. Those are the players you want to find and know. Maybe you make a list. Like, maybe you watch this video and you make a list of a bunch of players that are going to be going up in price. And maybe you look at, like, I don't know, do they have, now Flippin' still doesn't have, well, they have the popular page. I don't know if they had, like, the rating. I'm looking here for a second, guys, because I want to give you guys more examples of players that, like, guys, Militao is 100% going to go up in price. Gravenberch. Like, these guys might not be really cheap, so I know what you guys are saying. You probably want to find more players like some of the previous examples. Upamecano is 100% going to go up in price. Rodrigo is 100% going to go up in price. Hincapie is 100% going to go up in price. Hincapie could be a little bit of a cheaper option. That's probably what a lot of you guys are looking for. Players that are not going to be like that much more than like a few thousand coins to invest. Taram, is his 85 rated? Kirkez, 100% going to go up. So these are the players, you want to find players like this. I don't think Kirkez is going to be that much more than like 5 to 7K on the web app. So that's who you want to be looking at. Players that are going to rise in value. Anyone else here before we sign off? Chouameni? Maybe. I think so. I'm not 100%. I think so. Loftus-Cheek will probably do the same as he did last year. Adeyemi, 100%. 100%. Sane? Maybe. I don't know for sure. So that's why you guys want to think. You want to think about players that you just know. You just look at the player. There's no doubt this guy is not going to go up. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.